All right, Mandy, it's time for another Podkinz. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And yeah, it's February, right? So we're all about Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this episode we're going to be talking about a couple of events that will be taking place in February, and we're also going to check to see what's in our KinzPost. And guys, you're going to want to stick around till the end of the episode because we're going to give away a code for a lovely box of chocolates.
A presentable that you can place in your pet's room.
It is, and actually it's a fridge
Nice.
as well, so you can store 5
Oh,
food items inside of it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you collect chocolates from Cinnamon, you can actually put them in here and have like an actual box of chocolates.
Exactly. It stores 6 food items. So yeah, you can collect those 6 chocolates from Cinnamon and store them in this box of chocolates. And actually, yeah, that's a good transition here because I was just going to say throughout February, you're going to be able to collect Valentines from your map of Kinsville. And if you manage to collect all 50 by February 28th, you're going to win the grand prize, which is this neo-Gothic organ, which is really a nice item, but you can also collect prizes along the way. When you collect 10 Valentines, Mandy, there's that beautiful vase that you can hang in your pet's room. 20 will earn you that window. When you collect 30 Valentines, you get that neo-Gothic gown. 40 will earn you that bench. And then, of course, when you collect all 50, you'll get that organ. And these Valentine's events are fun because if you manage to complete it before the end of the month, you can play through it again in order to collect bonus prizes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but they're not usually clothes. So that's kind of fun, isn't it? That this time there's a matching clothing item. That's exciting. And that's a really cool gown. I love it.
It is. Yeah. And of course, there is a rare theme that you can collect from the Curio Shop. It's the Neo-Gothic rare theme. And these prizes work really well with those other items. So yeah, you want to play every day throughout February to collect as many Valentines as you can. And from the 7th to the 14th, you can go to the Kinsville Park on Webkinz Classic and click on Cinnamon's chocolate stand to collect a chocolate. And as you say, Mandy, if you collect all 6, you get the grand prize, which is that hot air balloon.
That is a great prize. Oh my gosh. I think hot air balloons are one of my favorite things in Webkinz World because they really make a statement, right? When you put them in your room, they look really cool. And that is adorable.
Yep, and your pets can fly around in them. The one thing with Cinnamon's chocolate stand is that there is one chocolate that you can only collect by visiting webkinznews.com. You'll see it from the 7th to the 14th floating across your screen, and when you click on it, you can send it back to your Webkinz Classic account, and you'll need that one in order to complete your chocolate collection.
But you can collect more than one. You need at least one to collect your chocolate collection, but on Webkinz News, if it's running every day, will you be able to collect multiples?
Yeah, you can send multiples. Yeah, you can collect one every single day, send it back to your account, you can feed it to your pet, and you can actually also use your e-store points to purchase the chocolates from Cinnamon's chocolate stand if you're falling behind or if you don't want to wait all 7 days. Yeah, you can use e-store points as well. So there you go. Lots of stuff happening throughout February. Make sure that you pay close attention to Webkinz News because we will be posting information about all of our February events happening on Webkinz Classic and Webkinz Next. Yeah, Mandy, people send us KinzPost, and when we did our original version of Podkinz, we would read some every episode, but there are 4 actually emails that we will read today. So Mandy, would you like to do the honors and start us out by reading the first one? It's from Nickel Cat.
Dear Michael and Mandy, you, Sally, Steve, Betty Butter, Dorothy Lou, and the rest of the staff must have the best jobs in the world. Creating content for Webkinz, playing the games, and interacting with the players must be so much fun. I would love to know what a typical day looks like for one of you. Could you please describe the different things you do for your job on a given day and perhaps tell what your favorite job activity is? I'm also curious what the qualifications are to obtain a job like yours. Thanks for all you do for the Webkinz community and keep up the good work. Best, Nickel Cat. Michael, I was going to say something I don't think we've ever talked about on Podkinz is that a few years ago, I took over designing the pets, right? And
right, yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. So that is probably, without a doubt, my favorite part of the job. But
nice.
Yeah, I do some other stuff too. I've just started designing some clothing, and I do the emojis for next and some of the frames and backgrounds. So it's nice.
Mhm.
I had sort of started off as a writer here, but I did have a background in graphic design. So it's really cool that I have been able to transition into doing art as well, which I love.
Nice. There isn't really a typical day
Well, that's
for
true.
us here. We do so many different things. The people that Nickelcat mentioned here, we're essentially the creative team. So we're responsible for all of the content that you see on Webkinz Classic, and we do different ads and create the different activities that you play in game and events, and we have to balance them, and we write news articles about them and do a lot of scheduling throughout the year and plan out the whole year of what activities we want to feature on Webkinz and come up with all the prizes and create descriptions for the prizes so the artists can create them, and we review the art and provide feedback until we really sort of mold these little events the way that we want them to sort of play out on the site. So it is a lot of fun, and do get to play games. And especially when we're releasing arcade games, we'd have to play through them and balance them and make sure that there's a fine line between making something a little too difficult and or a little too easy, and balancing all the content of our games are important. So yeah, there's a lot of different things we do on a daily basis to hopefully make Webkinz a fun place to play.
We do have the best jobs in the world. We agree with you, Nickel
Yeah.
Cat.
And of course, Podkinz, this is part of our job as well, on planning for Podkinz and being able to share upcoming events with the Webkinz news community, because it's really important. Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's always new stuff, and we love sharing with you as Webkinz Next grows.
Yes. As to the qualifications, I mean, my background, I studied animation in university, but I've also done some writing for other sites, videography, things like that.
I studied art too, and I started out working in a production department at a newspaper doing graphic design, but then I transitioned into writing for advertising. So I used to write like TV and radio commercials and newspaper ads. And so how I got into Webkinz was they were looking for a writer for Webkinz News at the time. So yeah, I have a background sort of in writing and graphic design. And
Nice.
yeah, and luckily I get to use both, which is fun because, I can never decide what I love best, writing or drawing. So I'm so lucky I have a job where I get to do a bit of both.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have one here from Avameme129. They say, "Hi there, I'm Avameme129. I was wondering if you guys can send me a Kiwi bird in game because it's after April and I love them. Please reply if possible. Thank you." Well, I can't really send you a Kiwi
Nice.
bird.
If everybody could just write in and we could send them pets.
Exactly. But you know what? The Kiwi bird is kind of a unique pet in Webkinz world, right? Because the only way that you can adopt this pet is by collecting Kiwi bird pet medallions that are only available in April.
Yeah, it was a fan designed pet, and it was released one year in April for Webkinz Day, and I absolutely love it. But yes, the great thing is that even though you might have missed last April and getting it, guess what's coming up in a couple of months? It's going to be April again, and you will get another chance to collect that Kiwi bird. So don't worry. You don't need us to send you one. You can collect medallions and get one yourself.
Yeah, every day throughout April, you can click on the floating medallion to add it to your collection. I believe you can collect 4 a day, but on Webkinz Day on April 29th, when you log into your Webkinz Classic account, you'll be awarded your Webkinz Day gift. And when you drag that into your room and open it, you'll find that there are 25 Kiwi medallions as part of your gift. So on Webkinz Day, you can really boost your collection by adding those 25 medallions to your collection. Of course, medallions you can track from My Pets. You can click on that little paw print that's close to your pet portrait and then click on the medallions tab, and you'll see all of your pets there that you can adopt with your medallions. And actually, the first two, there's the Kiwi bird and the snowy retriever pup. Those ones are very special ones that you can only collect during these medallion events. The Kiwi is throughout April, and the snowy retriever pet, you can collect their medallions in December.
Well, we were talking before about how much I love the hot air balloons, and that PSI of the Kiwi was suggested by players because, of course, Kiwis are flightless birds. And they also have ginormous eggs that take up like the whole size of their bodies. So their PSI is a giant egg hot air balloon.
And I was going to mention that if you've already adopted the Kiwi, you can always trade 10 Kiwi pet medallions for any pet medallion, use it towards any one of those other medallion pets there. Yeah, and there's actually a couple. There's a rainbow googles, I believe, and a dragonfly that you can only acquire by adopting them with these pet medallions. They're not for sale, and you can't adopt them anywhere else. So lots of fun to collect those medallions. Here's another one, Mandy.
So this one is from EGK, and they say, "Hi, Mandy and Michael. I love Webkinz. All the improvements are so good." I'm writing this email because I was thinking of 2 new pets for next or classic or both. So I was thinking of a pet that would only be available in October, the vampire black cat. So basically, it's a black cat with vampire teeth. The PSI would be a coffin bed, and the PSF would be the blood soup. Ooh. It would go perfectly with the glampire theme. The second idea is a German Shepherd or a Corgi for next. Best regards, EGK. Now, Michael, nice. I believe there is actually a vampire cat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And you would love a German Shepherd.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
We definitely need one on next. I love those suggestions, and I always like to hear player suggestions for new pets and items in Webkinz World. But Mandy, currently we are holding a pet design contest, right, for Webkinz Classic?
Yes, it runs till the end of January. So up until the end of January, you still have a chance to enter your submissions for our pet design contest. And the winning pet will be turned into a real pet in Webkinz Classic that will be released for sale at eStore on Webkinz Day. So you know what? If you haven't entered, go check out the Share Center and enter, or just go check out some of the great submissions. We always get a ton of submissions, and we love seeing your artwork. So you have a few to show us now, don't you, Michael?
I was going to say we've already had so many submissions, but I wanted to share 5 with you today. Here's the first one. I just chose these 5 random ones that I picked to show you guys today. But I thought this was really cool. It's a radical shark, and it was submitted by I'm Thinking 101.
I have to give a shout out to I'm Thinking 101 because they always submit some amazing submissions. So I'm always excited to see what they send in. And yeah, I assume this fits in with the Rockers pet. It's really cool. Like, I just love it.
Yeah. I love the tattoo. Yeah, and the hooks, like the piercings. Those are great. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Very cool. Here's another one. This was sent by CK Rouse 73, and it's a stormy unicorn.
Love it because it's got like the sort of lightning bolts on it, but it's a dark. I bet it would be really dramatic if we ended up making something like that. The dark colored pet with the lightning bolts on it. Very, very cool.
Yeah, and I just love the texture of this pet, and it feels sort of light like a cloud, but there's so much energy as well with each of those pencil marks there, just giving it energy. I thought it was really cool. They included suggestions for the pet specific item and pet specific food. Yeah. I love that idea, storm cloud bed.
Nice. Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. I love that they included suggestions. And yeah, that lightning cookie too matches the lightning bolt. So that would be a really striking pet. Very cute.
Yes. And here's another submission that was sent by Sednew7. And they also provided ideas for PSF and PSI for the rubber ducky.
That is adorable. Oh my gosh. I mean, we have ducks in Webkinz, but this duck is pretty darn cute. Like, I love the shape of its beak, and it's so sweet. And they've given the happy expression or the excited expression. Is a really good job. Yeah. And the bubble bath fizzy drink is so cute. I don't think I'd want to drink bubble bath. I don't suggest anybody else, but for the rubber ducky, that is adorable.
Yeah, and that bathtub bed also.
With the
so cozy. Yeah. A nice warm bathtub bed. I think that would be really nice. So great job, Sednew7. Here's one. It's a taco cat. And it was sent in by Fuzzy Googles.
That is so cute. We do have some great, like, food-based pets. I know there was a whole bunch of candy pets. So that is so cute the way they've incorporated the taco into the arched back of the cat. And yeah, that is adorable.
Taco cat. Why not? Great job, Fuzzy Googles. The last one we're going to take a look at today. It was sent in by Puppy Chomp, and it's a dreamy angel puppy, and it's really well done.
Oh, cute. That is very pretty and very soft colors like that sort of, those blush tones are very pretty together. They're sort of like a gray pink that blends in. I love the way they've used the gradients, and those soft wings are almost like a cloud. Very, very pretty. Love it.
Yeah, and I love the heart pattern on its fur. You can see one on the forehead, on the nose, and just on the chest there.
And on the forehead too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very cute. I love seeing all the creative drawings that our players send in. We're so lucky to have such a creative community. And as I said before, now that I'm designing the pets, I'm so excited to see which ones we end up making because I get to make them come to life.
Yes, exactly. And actually, the first email there, they asked about our jobs running these contests and reviewing all the submissions and having to choose finalists and winners. That's part of our job as well. And that's one of the hardest parts of our job.
It is. I wish we could make them all, but of course, I think we're up to 1,000 entries now. So unfortunately, we can't make them all, but you guys all do a great job. And thank you, everyone who submits a design, because we do love seeing them.
And you can see them at Webkinz News. And if you can look at the top right side of your screen there, there's the link to the Share Center. When you click on that, you'll be redirected to our galleries, and you can click the View Gallery button to take a look at the submissions, or you can submit your own by clicking the Submit Image button and upload your idea. So there you go. We have one last email today, and it was sent in by Princess102896, and they say, "Hi, Michael and Mandy. Love your podcast, especially the previews of what's coming soon. It's always fun to get a little sneak peek of what's new in Webkinz. Speaking of coming soon, we're nearing election season again, and I can't help but wonder who the candidates will be for Webkinz mayor. Personally, I think Miss Cowline would be a great choice. I would love to see her run on the platform of making the academy accessible for everyone. My pets really struggle with the higher level strength classes, but sometimes we need to adapt classes so that every pet has a chance to succeed. I think giving half credits for failed classes would be a great way to make sure that every pet gets to continue their education. Thanks, Princess102896. Well, Mandy, we actually had the election in November, and we have a new mayor, don't we?
We do. We have Goober is our new mayor. And there was actually a candidate who was running on something related to the academy, and that was Nibbles was going to decrease the number of days between recess. But the one that won was actually Goober.
Yeah, his campaign promise was to actually add a new item to the Wheel of WoW that you can't win anywhere else with every release in the new year.
And that is pretty cute. Is that the new Bango's cookie jar?
Yeah. This was the first prize that he added to the wheel. He added it, I think, on January 18th, and it's available until February 14th because our next update is the 15th. But yeah, it's a Yeti cookie jar. And
Yeti,
you can use it to store food. And I believe you can store 6 food items in this one as well. So if you manage to win it off the wheel, you could store your chocolates in here as well. It can only be won on the Wheel of WoW on the Webkinz desktop app. Moving forward on the 15th, Goober's actually going to place the new prize on both wheels so that we have Wheel of WoW on the Webkinz Classic mobile app, and he's also going to add it to the Webkinz desktop app, Wheel of WoW. So if you play on both platforms, you'll have 2 chances to win a day, but if you only play on one, you'll still be able to win that on Webkinz mobile. I should say he kind of gave me a little bit of a sneak peek of the upcoming item that's going to be added on the 15th, and it's actually going to be a wizard window. So it's going to match that wizard theme that we have in the W shop on Webkinz Classic. So that's exciting.
Yeah, the Wheel of WoW is great because sometimes you can find older stuff. You can occasionally get Kinz Cash. Is that still available on? Yeah, so it's great. But again, if you go every day and if you do both, then yeah, you have a greater chance of collecting these unique prizes that are going to be added throughout the year.
Yes, it's very exciting. So good luck winning that cookie jar. I haven't won one yet, actually, but right after this podcast, I think I'm going to go and spin the wheel of WoW on Webkinz Classic to see if I can win one. Now it's time to give away a lovely box of chocolates. This code expires on April 30th, and you have to enter it at the code shop on Webkinz Classic in order to unlock one.
Right. Okay, so here is the code. It is W245 YGLM HJMS9MQ8. Yeah, and that is going to be very pretty. I love sort of food presentables. Like it looks so nice. It just those little added touches that you can add to the room is those little pieces that just make it that little extra bit.
Yes. And it's perfect for Valentine's Day. Code Shop is only available on the Webkinz desktop app. So you're going to want to download the game in order to enter that code if you haven't already. And guys, feel free to email us at podkinz@gans.com. Like we mentioned before, every so often we feature one of these episodes where we read your email. So we would love to hear from you. And of course, Mandy, we have so much content on our YouTube channel, right?
Definitely. If you subscribe at youtube.com/Webkinz, then you'll be able to keep up on all our Podkinz that we add, but also there's loads of other content that we've added over the years. And again, if you are playing next or you're thinking of playing next, there are a lot of how-to videos that really help you learn how the game works. So definitely subscribe so that you never miss one of our videos.
Absolutely. So that was so much fun. Love hearing from our players and reading their emails. Thank you, by the way, to the 4 players that we featured today. And by the way, check your inbox because we will send you something for being featured on Podkinz, which is very exciting. But Mandy, thank you so much for hosting with me again. Usually we have Sally on, or we've had her on recently. Maybe we'll have her on our next episode to talk about maybe some upcoming Valentine's Day events on Webkinz next.
Yeah, I know there's lots of stuff happening next too. So definitely we're going to want to have Sally on again soon. She's becoming a regular.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited because February is amazing. I'm excited to see all the rest of the pet designs. I hope everybody goes out and does some pet design submissions. And I can't wait to see the finalists for our pet design competition.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. So guys, thank you so much for playing. Thank you for watching. Maybe we'll run into you in Kinsville. So bye, guys.
Bye.